Leo, welcome to your next 3 months out reading for September, October, November. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Now, like always, we're going to pull or start with an oracle card. This time we're pulling from the Shaman's Dream. Loving it. Excellent energy overview for the collectives, I believe. And then we'll go ahead and jump into your September, October, November reading, yeah? I think about your mid-month check-in for August. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I would love to see a continuation of that gorgeous connectivity on the easiest of levels. Not easy, but in terms of just the energetic fluidity and the way you came together naturally with somebody. Your energy responds, their energy responds. It's the way it should be, but it was very profound. It was more than a surface connection. More than a surface connection. But regardless of what I see, the highest of highs are the lowest of lows. Standard rules apply. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse energies as it applies. Collective readings equal collective application, which means it may or may not apply to you. In which case, check out the placements, or I'll catch you on the next one. Given the response to your last general love reading, kind of felt that was necessary. I personally found your last love reading to be quite beautiful. Opened with difficulty, and the whole point of difficulty is so we can learn how to exit it. And you did. The Leo I was looking at did. But I tell you, that one got such a harsh response. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. You know, I don't know what to say. I saw lows. And I also saw realistic triumphs. Regardless. Doesn't hurt to brush up on the reminders, yeah? Show me that Leo energy. What's going on? And that reminds me, honey. It's been a full year and a little bit more since I've had my surgery. And I intentionally did that during Leo season 2021. And it's been more than a year and I still have not. I said I would provide progress pictures. I never did, but then I got banned from Instagram and I kind of forgot all about it. But anyway, Leo season, we have just exited that. We have entered Virgo and that put me back in mind of that. It's like, oh yeah, I meant to do that. Leo season, that was a big season for me last year. Anyway, number 60, Watchers. Transpersonal. Wow. 60 for some of you. Might be of some numerical significance. You could be 60 years old. 6 might be a power number for some of you. Okay. June might have been terribly important. Watchers. Transpersonal. I have no reference for this one. I have yet to come across this one. Let's take a look. Let's do it. Let's read it. The transpersonal. Watchers. Serendipity. The observer, the witness. Transpersonal. When Watchers appears, it is an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught up in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. That's so specific. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. There's something that you need to see. Many of you will be going into a state of observation for any and all reasons. There's something you're meant to learn. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events and the action of others. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. The Watchers invite you to break free from the linear, casual pace of the petty day-to-day. Rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. There's things you need to witness. Many of you are involving your energy in things that you cannot see it for what it is, because it consumes so much of your day-to-day energy, okay? Your interpersonal workings, okay? That kind of thing. There might be a time where you're giving way too much of your energy, and only when you can kind of reduce that or completely step back from the contribution of it that you can see it for what it is. You ever notice that when you withdraw your energy from a situation, place, circumstance, or thing, and people get pissed off, irritated, and they want to know why? They're always able to expect your energy to a certain degree, relied on it, counted on it, possibly took it for granted. And it's not until you ask for help or you withdraw or you go quiet or silent and people come around and start poking Leo with a stick. Why aren't you functioning, Leo? Why aren't you functioning the way I'm used to you functioning? That's what I'm saying. This is a time for you to observe. I know you get caught up in the micro and the macro of action. Okay? Behaviors, expressions, the day-to-day tedium of things that need to get done, yeah? And you do like things to get done. You like things to be resolved, which is why you tend to take lead on things, you know? Even if it's under your way, because, hey, we're still fixed signs, right? We do like to have our things our way, I know. But it's that very thing, if you can refrain from that, you might have a better understanding of the energy flow and exchange around you. What you are giving to and what's being given to you. Let's do it. Let's take a look. Show me. So it's a time of observation. There's something you need to see. Show me September, please. Show me September. Also, for some of you, if we're talking about love, you need to slow your energy down so you can make room for it. That's literally the translation for some of you. If you are interested in that love energy, you got to stop sometimes, you know, and allow itself to present itself to you. Make room for it, okay? We'll see who we're talking to today. Ace of Swords, September, the Tower, 3 Cups, prize. You got something. You got something. First of all, some of you simply are going to be connecting with a Scorpio in September. That's the literal translation for some of you. Others of you, you're going to change a dynamic. There is a dynamic here that I'm looking at that involves you and another person, okay, where there is some level of connectivity. What that looks like, I don't know. I need to clarify. How deep that 3 Cups runs, I don't know. It's either a surprising reconciliation, but more to the point, the Tower being here, don't get me wrong, you could run into somebody like, oh my god, I haven't seen you since high school. Okay, fine. That could very well be the case. But there's something here you're realizing with that Ace of Swords about an energy here that you connect with, and it's kind of a strong realization. It seems to be coming from within instead of without. So I don't really see it being as an external surprise. It's more like, okay, lightning bolt, something hits you hard. In September, about somebody whom you connect with. Again, we'll try to peg that down and see what that means. But that's some very strong observation. And there is a certain level of, holy shit, connected to it. So I don't know what that is, but let's find out. I'm terribly curious. That is curious. Oh, we're going to dig at that. Show me October. Show me October, please. Show me October. October. Transformation. Death. Again, let me know if you're down with Scorpio. You got some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Tradition, Hierophant energy, Taurus. What? The Knight of Cups. There is tentatively, I mean, again, if you're that Leo that chafed so hard on your last reading, I don't know what to tell you. I am seeing an element of shifting energy, and it has directly to do with love. As something exits, something else is trying to come in. I don't know how. So again, if for some reason that kicks off your sensitivity bells, this is not the channel for you. That's just the kind of energy I'm seeing for Leo right now. Let's check out November. I'm just letting you know right now. That's what I saw for you last time, extensively. So if for some reason that makes you salty, or crosswatcher that makes you salty, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. Something is shifting in Leo energy that says, I'm tired of negative, I want positive. Okay? I don't know, hold on to your hat. Let's take a look. Show me November, please. Show me November, please. Show me November, please. And it's not some casual thing, honey. I mean, the Hierophant's here. I got news for you. Death and Hierophant are like the least casual cards in the deck. Okay? They don't really do casual. Okay? They're kind of like, this is how it is. A fixed sign energy for which you should be familiar. So, it's a little bit more on the side of critical, serious. But then I see you open up to the Knight of Cups. Your emotional energy, expressive energy, the romantic energy, the vulnerable energy, the one that wants to speak from that side of you. So let's take a look. Show me. So again, you could be you might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart, as well as Taurus. You could be dealing with either one of those. Show me November. The Magician. The World. Again, if we are a sensitive Leo and we don't like the concept of transfer, I'm not trying to upset you. It's just I'm seeing a lot of crossover aspects. So something's happening. And if you're not into happening or change, creation, or newness without making sacrifice, then this is not going to be the message for you. Something is ending so that something else can come forward. This is what transformation is. So that one closes, another may open. What is wrong for us, what is right for us. It requires sacrifices and change. And it's coming through via powerful observation of yourself, your energy, your surroundings. I'm not fucking around here, man. Ace of Wands. This is some real change. And it's march with positivity. Because we want it. Not because we don't. Okay? Like, oh, poor me. Something's happening because it's in my best interest. So I can actually have what I want. No. This is a Leo who's like, I want this. And I understand, Christina, it requires sacrifice. And it's going to cause my energy to go like this, to shift, to chafe, to feel the boundaries and break past them. That's what we're talking about today. So if you're not into that, I don't know what to tell you. Because your last love reading was hard, but it was beautiful. And I got a really weird response to it. I'm seeing more of that. So the Leo collective energy is like up here right now. Okay? You guys are spiking hard. Which for me as a reader, I'm always happy to see that. That means the collective is making changes. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's pretty. Okay? Sometimes changes is ugly. The fixed signs, which you are, know that more than anybody else. That's why we're so adverse to it. But I tell you what, also about the fixed signs, honey. When we make change, we go big. Taurus will drag their feet. You'll drag your fire. Scorpio will drag our water. Air will never change its mind until one day we do. And everybody feels it. Everybody feels it. It's like, holy shit, that Leo's changing. Oh shit, that Scorpio's changing. Right? Because they don't expect it from us. But when we do, it's magnificent. So something's trying to come in. And I'm seeing it as positive. If you want to take it to a negative space, I don't know what to tell you. That's not what I'm saying. There is something in your love energy that is transforming and it's struggling to make itself known, but it wants to. It does want to. So, I say, good on you. If you want the change, the time is now. But it begins with observation. I like that. It's just kind of like, it's like the observation. There's something when you retract your energy, you take away, you subtract yourself from the busyness There's something here you could see that you could not see before. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Ace of Swords, please. What's going on? Shall I tell you how many readings I've done already that say I don't want change or I'm considering it? And it's left hanging with a bunch of unhappiness and question marks. Now, I sincerely doubt, Leo honey, that this... I have a very strong respect for time and tarot. Even though I'm saying what is technically fall, this is something that's been going. This is something that feels inevitable, and it was time that you got here. Show me this Ace of Swords, please. September. Ace of Swords, please. September. Show me this Ace of Swords, please. September. The observation, the principle, the thing that you know to be true. What it is that you have observed. And it hits you. It hits you hard, and it has to do with the connection here. Or bringing something together. Show me this Ace of Swords, please. Six of Swords. Ace of Swords. There's something here. Who had this? Someone had similar aspects. Six of Swords, Ace of Swords. Who was it? Shit. And I've had many, many a shuffle between yours and that person's reading. I just can't remember who the hell it was. There's something here to do with travel. God damn it. I'm so sorry. I can't remember who it was. I want to, was it Cancer? What? Maybe it was Cancer. Sorry, I can't remember who. We have learned something very powerfully. There is something here. The observation energy is crazy. Ace of Swords twice, brah, sis. Knowledge, quiet, insight of the mind, strength and knowledge, strength of truth. Right? Rational mind, sharp mind. You have learned something in this process of to and fro. Six of Swords. I don't know where you were coming from, and I don't know where you're entering to. Transition, opening with a transition. Some of you simply concluded your travels. We are in... As I'm reading this, we are still under the influence of the new moon in Virgo. So it is very, very common at this time for people to be either traveling outwards or coming back from travel. So many of you have been away and you have just come back from recent extensive travels and you saw some stuff. You saw things. You saw things, a lot of things that made you think. I wonder what you learned. Something to do with your commitment or relationships in general. Even if you're not in a commitment, we're talking about relationships. There was something here, you were in observation mode in terms of your relationship. Even if it was passive, it was still there. I wonder what you learned. Let's find out. Show me the Tower. There was something here you were keenly observant of while you were away or coming back. Moving on, not moving on. I can't tell where your energy's headed because most of it's in your mind. Show me the Tower. Show me the Tower. Nine of Wands. You realize how tired you were. Nine of Wands, Five of Wands over the Tower. That's more than tired, honey. That's pure exhaustion. Pure exhaustion. And it just hits you. It hits you. That's just total exhaustion. You're so physically tired. You're so physically tired. Mind is sharp. I don't know where it is you came from. But, well, I have to insist. Just like I believe it was Cancer. I apologize. I really honestly don't remember. There was so much learned. And there was so much insight gained. Well, for some of you, I have to insist, was upon travels. And you were thinking about relationships, and you were thinking about commitment. You're thinking about marriage. Trying to sharpen your mind around those concepts. You're either in one, or you were contemplating it in the general sense. And there's so much observation, and something hits you like a ton of bricks that just landed on the center of your chest. How tired you are. 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands. It's so interesting to me because your mind energy is actually quite calm. Your mental energy was in observation mode. And one of the things that you observed was your exhaustion. How long have you been fighting change exactly? How long have things been like this? You've been resisting change. Resisting the realization of how tired you are. Of the fighting. Of the begrudgery. The drudgery. The aggression. The fight. Hopefully you're not actually fighting with your person, but I'm not going to lie. 9 of Wands and 5 of Wands is aggressive. Defensiveness, blockage, stonewalling. Even though it's a lot of heat, it feels cold and distant. Nine and 5 goes back to 14, Sagittarian energy for some of you. And Tower, it hits you. King of Cups, you're so tired in your heart. You're so tired in your heart. Especially if you have strong water in your chart. You're so tired in your heart. Yeah, I would be too. Who wouldn't be? That's not what love is it? All the frustrations, things dragging out endlessly in a never-ending argument. In a battle of wills that seems perpetually locked. How long has that been going on, you wonder? How long have I been resisting change? How long have I not seen this situation for what it is? How long have I been resisting my own call to love, my own proper heart space? Because that's not who I am. This isn't who I am. This isn't who Leo is it? No. It's not. You just got used to it. The tiresome, the fussiness, the busyness, the battle of wills. Egos, frustrations, arguments, little counter talks, the snipiness, the bullshit, snappiness, you name it, it's all in there. And some of you are just so physically tired. But your heart space is so beautiful. And there's something here in that observation of yours that says, as I've continued to reject change, I've also hurt my own heart. It's quite strong. As I reject change, radical change too, the Tower, I reject love. Of course, you don't walk around meaning to do this. Nobody does. You know, nobody means to do that. Just you get used to it. You get used to the fight, you get used to the struggle, especially if it's projected over time, you know. It's easy to remember you don't have a big heart when you're caught up in the day-to-day bullshit, where you're constantly contributing your energy in a way that's not productive or healthy at all. When you get caught up in the arguments and the bullshit, it's easy to remember you don't have a big heart space. Or that's what you really should be fighting for in terms of radical change. It's interesting, your mind. Ace of Swords twice. Cool observation. As you have been moving about to and fro in your 6 of Swords, I have to insist, some of you were out for 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks, just like I believe Cancer. And you came back. We were thinking about commitment, what that means. And there's something here about the tiredness that hits you so hard. 3 Cups, show me. Show me this Three of Cups, please. Your energy is absolutely exhausted. Show me that Three of Cups, please. Show me that Three of Cups, please, for Leo. Some of you will be connecting with somebody relatively soon. I don't know who it is. Let's take a look. Show me that Three of Cups, please. I believe. Correct. And you want to. The Magician. So there's someone here who represents a freer, yes, and a healing energy as well. I did say Sag, didn't I? They might have some Sag in their chart, but this person's coming across as a healer, or you identify their energy as someone who is someone who helps you feel good. That's what you want. Considering where you came from, I don't fucking blame you. You seem very put out, and your heart space is suffering. It's in that respect of just the wash overview with that Tower. There's some heaviness, man. Heaviness in you. I see this situation. I do. This is not where my heart resides, but this is what it has become. Right? Like I said, it's not you aiming for this in terms of a life goal or relationship goal. It's just what you got used to. Observation, observation. We're thinking about relationships. We're thinking about commitment. And so many of you have been actively avoiding radical change, and it's for the cost of your own heart or for the cost of your own love and sense of tranquility, because you don't look tranquil. Not in your physical environment, no. Very sharp mind you have. Very strong observational skills. And it's through this observation you learn some serious shit. But yes, relatively soon in September, I'm seeing an energy that's outside of this construct that seems to be alleviating some of that stress for you. I don't know who this person is, but you very much want to see them. The Magician with Temperance. You also might have to associate that person or that energy with Patience. I don't know why, but that's not really how it's coming across. It's like, I want this because this person soothes me. Didn't I see that? I said something like that in your mid... Oh, they did. Yes, both of your energies together had a temperance quality to it. Like I said, you soothe each other's souls. It's kind of like that. I remember saying that because I remember saying, as I was saying it, I distinctly, as I was sitting down reading that, I said, God, this is going to sound so cheesy, but I don't know what else to call it. So whoever it is you connect with in that way, you associate them with healing and patience and kindness, and someone who helps you make sense of your feelings, as Temperance is known for. You want that, very much so. So whoever that is, yes, yes indeed. I can see why you would look forward to connecting to that person, because they're the opposite of that heaviness. But it's restorative, and it is soothing. And that's what you want. This is very unsoothing. This is very erratic. This is painful. This is a difficult balance. So whoever it is that you are connecting with soon, in the Three of Cups that's outside of that energy, they seem to be good for you. That's lovely. Yeah, it's like him, that Magician energy. Yes, no problem. That person, that energy, yeah. And it may not have to be romantic. It's anyone whom you associate with healing, that you connect easily with in that way that's quite fluid, and it's like they kind of soothe the beast of your energy, which can feel aggressive and left in want, and that's just not who you are, but that's kind of where you have become. And it's like, how long have I been so resistant to change that I've forgotten what my own heart or feelings feel like, right? I want to dig deeper on this. I'm not done with this. I got to move on. October, November. I want to get back to this. I want to have a stronger idea of what it is that you learned, because you were contemplating literally commitment. But it was from a cool place of observation. This was coming from within. This was your own mental stuff. Okay, I want to know what it is that you observed. Other than the fact that you understand that by avoiding and pushing away radical change, it puts you in a state of tension with yourself and possibly a surrounding connection. It's not this one, I don't think. Unless, of course, that is the love that you want and you have been resisting it. I don't know. Anyway, that's another reason why I want to dig. Okay, now we have, let's skip on over to October. Here we have Death, a Hierophant, and the Knight of Cups. What's up with that? Let's take a look. Let's talk about it. Show me transformation, please. It's like, it's no big deal, Christina. It's no big deal. It's... It's no big deal. I got it. I got it. Oh, I'm sure you do. Let's take a look. All the fixed signs tell me that. I got it. I got it. All the fixed signs tell me. No other sign. Maybe Aries. They're kind of obstinate like that, though. Fun, but obstinate. I can handle it. But I don't know why Aries isn't a fixed sign. They really ought to be. They ought to be. But there's a difference between being fixed and being cardinal. And they are cardinal. So yeah, I think that does better suit them. But... Show me death, please. Show me death. Show me death. Show me death, please, for October. What's going on here? Show me death, please. Knight of Swords, not taking action towards the moon. Piscean energy. Let's do one more. Seven of Cups. Oh, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. You're indicating to me what you want to end. You do want to end some energy here, but it's coming from that point of view of internal work. What you want to end is kind of like the secrets and shadows within yourself. You want that to stop. There's something here you want to understand about your love energies. It's like you are Knight of Swords, the moon. You are becoming a little bit more aggressive, which is interesting because I gave Taurus that advice. I believe with their Celtic cross reading, I said they need to up their page to the moon to something more advanced. And that's something that this Leo seems to be doing. You want this to come to an end. There is emotionality that you have kind of put distance between you and yourself under the moon. Options in love, seeing things differently, feeling things differently, understanding what your emotional value is worth, and making connections and relationships based on understanding that, you know, not being comfortable with it, so we kind of put it under the moon. So we don't have to really think about it, never mind have to deal with it, right? And there's something in there that you actually want to go in and readdress. It's kind of aggressive, but I'd rather see a Knight of Swords than a Page. You know, because that could take a long time. Okay, better yet, a King or Queen of Swords getting up in there and dealing with that shit. I do know this, you want it to come to an end. Okay? You want it to stop. Things kind of being hidden from you. About your feelings, the versatility of them, your love expression, your allowances in love, what you have accepted and why. The versatility of your feeling. It's like you're tired of being a stranger to yourself. And you kind of want that to stop. So the only thing I see ending at this time is a kind of secrets within you. Like you don't want to have secrets with yourself anymore. It's kind of like that. It's a little tricky. But it's the best way I know how to describe it. Given the harshness of what you were really learning back here, it kind of makes sense. That you don't want any more secrets with yourself. At least in terms of your feelings, yeah? Show me the Hierophant, please. Show me Tradition, Hierophant. The Fool. Page of Swords. Alright. Ten of Swords. Tricky. learning some shit the hard way. But you are learning it. It starts with you. No more secrets from yourself about your love language, your love identity, what you experience, what you've been keeping from yourself. You really do want to get in there and dig that out. The Hierophant, the Fool, Page of Swords, Ten of Swords, there's something in you that suggests that if I want freedom, I'm going to have to break my own rules with myself. It's not that your commitment or sense of commitment is wrong, what you say yes to or no to, but you give yourself permission for it. Don't give yourself permission for it. It's like you're trying to find the new you in this, and it's hard for you. It's very hard for you. But you are trying to find the new you in this. Your principles of Leo are still here. Your principles of commitment are still here. It's just how you are learning to interpret them in accordance to you is changing. And it's intense. That's what we're talking about. You still have core concepts of the Hierophant within you, but you also want to express your full energy. I can change. I can change. I can change, you're telling me. And like I said, you want to. You do. You're telling me I can change. I can. Those core principles that I abide by, they're still with me. It's just how I've come to interpret them and understand them. That's what's changing. It's like I tell people all the time. When we make changes that are good and healthy, it's because they're still coming from a core principle about ourselves that have not changed. It's just the outwardness, how we express them has. We still take what works for us and we apply it as we ourselves change and evolve as people. So I'm still seeing a Leo who has a core sense of self. I do. But you also say you want to learn how to change. That you want to be more open and honest with yourself first. And that you would like to take that honesty into your environment. So you can live your personal truth. It's quite strong. Very strong. Very strong. And the Page of Swords to the Ten of Swords, you are learning about that. Endings. I've seen it here for you a couple times. And like I said, it starts with you first. In terms of your inner work, a lot of inner work here. But you are doing it. It's not passive at all. It's actually quite active. Excuse me. It's wondrous, really. And this is the kind of thing that if you are easily deterred and you just want simple, if you want fast food tarot, you're going to be frustrated with this because all you're seeing is non-definitive principles when you don't see things through my eyes because you haven't been doing this as long as I have. If you were somebody who well and truly understood tarot, you would understand the appreciation and the depth that this is acquiring and requiring for this Leo to make this kind of change. They want to invite more change, not block it off. It's scary, but they want to do it, right? So if you're looking for fast food stuff, this is not the channel for you, honey. This Leo's having to learn things the hard way, and it's requiring getting your ass kicked, but you are doing it. And I tell you, it starts with you first. More so in October, which again, I'm happy to see this. Knight of Swords to the Moon, the Seven of Cups. And it's death. It's like, I don't want any secrets from me anymore. I want to understand my feelings. Particularly how I've interpreted love and options in love. Why did I bury some of that under the moon? What was going on there? Why have I done a job that I have in blocking change? That might have been beneficial to me, but I kept sticking with something. I don't know, I want to know that too, actually. You had some very strong observational skills while you were out there. On your travels, on your journey, I don't know. But you're telling me you want to open up to change. You do. You're willing to make adjustments, Leo says. It's hard to get past the Hierophant, you know. Like I said, The Hierophant and Death are probably the most non-negotiable cards. They're not exactly known for being flexible. They're not. That's not exactly their chief principle. It's flexibility. It's really not. For Taurus or Scorpio, if you're dealing with either one of those, that's not really the point. It's you're really, honey. This is building block stuff. This is personality stuff. This is a lot. This is a lot. But it's unnecessary a lot, and I wouldn't be seeing it unless it was important to you. Okay, so if you're going through this, then I support you, and give yourself patience, give yourself time. I'm very pleased and proud of you for going in here and not acting like your feelings aren't important. They are. So you're getting it. It's one of the things you want to change, is to stop kind of sweeping the things you've experienced under the moon, because it has challenged your sense of tower. It has challenged your sense of knowledge. And I don't know what this supporting energy is, but it's lovely. It does seem to be good for you. You seem to have a simple language to this person, and you look forward to seeing them. And you do seem to interpret their energy as healing and helpful to you, which is good. And it's supportive. It's very supportive. You will be connecting with that person soon. But over here, you want to change. You're saying, I can be open to change, Christina. I can. And it does require you looking at endings. It does. It's been here this whole time. I've seen it repeatedly. Ending to your own secrets, your own shadows, your own doubts, your own fears, and your own willingness to tolerate shit just because you got used to it. You know? You're not an ant, honey. You're not a bee. You're not an ant. You're a lion. I feel like you forgot how to be a lion. Perhaps you are looking for your lioness. Or your lioness looking for your lion. I don't know. But it's kind of like you forgot how to hunt. Kind of. Sorry. We're Scorpios. We don't have the big cat mentality. We're down here. Small. For such small little creatures, we cause a lot of shit, don't we? That's one of our benefits. But you, though, you are indeed the proud lion. Look at you. King of Wands, the Knight of Cups. There it is again. You're engaging with that energy. You see this person in September. You see them in October. And then they remind you of your emotional fluidity, where you feel like you. The lion is the lion. You're not an ant or a busy bee. You know who you are. Your fire, King of Wands, is meant to be positive fire, not negative fire, right? So your positive fire comes out again in October. Every time you show me energetic transition. Every time. When you go in and do some real work, your energy gravitates towards something else outside of you. It's positive, and it makes you feel like you. You open up more to this person, this energy in October. So it's like the more you kick your own ass, the better it seems for you. The more you get in there and you tell me, Christina, I'm willing to make changes, even if it's hard. And even if it requires me to learn some really difficult shit, radical things. You go through that phase of intensity, and then you connect with this person again, and it tells you that everything that you are doing is correct. It's reinforcing. Your passion's here. Your love is here with that Knight of Cups. This is our emotional expression, yeah? Vulnerability, as well as romanticism. It's the same person. So every time you go back in, wherever you came from, get your ass kicked. Leo, we got work to do. Leo, I want to open up to change. Leo, I'm tired of having secrets for myself about my real feelings. Leo, let's talk about what we've been accepting and what we have been denying for a long time. It's so strong. Honey, I don't know what you learned, but you learned something hard. And you had to be so energetically exhausted. But then over here, oh look, Leo's looking forward to meeting with somebody. They want to. Magician. They find it restorative. Here's some more ass kicking. Oh look, Leo's looking forward to expressing themselves again, and now their energy's forward and directional. It's non-contradicting. This is energy fragmentation, but it's meant you're learning from it. If it was just energy fragmentation without conclusion, I'd be worried about you. This is energy fragmentation with you trying to understand it. That's why I'm hopeful for you. And every time you do more of that work, that struggle, that internal work, you come back a little stronger. Then I come over here in November, Ace of Wands. Let's go over there, let's talk about it. The Magician here twice. Whatever that energy is to you, you want to pull it in, I believe. That may not be the only thing you're trying to pull in. Am I switching? I'm being told to pull one more card. What is it? Two of Pentacles. Why are you confused? The Lovers. Strong connection. Three of Wands. You don't know why you look forward to it. I'll tell you why you look forward to it. Leo. You're not confused. But you're not that confused. Let's make that clear right now. You're not that confused, honey. You're not that confused at all. You're really not. But it's kind of like, I'm kind of have confused feelings about someone I have this strong connection to, but I look forward to it. Yes, you do. I've seen it a couple times. And it always seems to be towards the end of the month. I'm not saying it's an absolute. What I'm saying is at least once a month, September, October, and I'm going to go ahead and say November too. You go through some really strong energy here. I want to open up to change. I don't want any more secrets from me. I want to be better in touch with my feelings. I'm tired of being exhausted and resisting change. Why am I working against myself? You know, I'm not a worker bee in this equation. It's something like that. You know, you want to feel more like a strong, proud individual with the energy that makes sense to you and calls to you. And you look forward to it. It is a very strong connection. And while it does cause you some confusion, it brings you much joy. Of course, all that Two of Pentacles comes from the busyness, I'm sure, that is the background here. Okay, now we're switching. Show me the Magician, please. Magician. I'm getting both. I'm going to start here. Show me the Magician, please. Why do I look forward to them? I don't know why, Leo. Maybe it's because they bring out the best in you. The best in you that you want to get in tune with, that you've been trying so hard to get in tune with. The one that you meet at least once a month and it makes you feel good. Possibly more. I can't really tell. I can't really tell the frequency. I just know that your energy goes like this to whoop. Being very much in line when you connect with that person. It's like, oh yeah, that I know exactly. Oh yeah. Your energy's like, I know what's up. I know what's going on. When you're with this person, you actually do know what's going on, energetically speaking. And it's kind of like, if you do associate this person with healing and you actively want to pull them in, they're helping you with these principles of inviting yourself into change. I'm not saying they're doing all the work, honey. You're doing the work. Because someone else's energy here reminds you of what you could have or what you could be. You know, and there's something else that reminds you of what isn't or what you're used to. Show me the Magician, please. November. Show me the Magician, please, for November. Temperance again. It's doubles. This is why I use so many decks. People ask me that all the time. This is why. Repeating. You very much, that pool that was there in September with the Magician and Temperance is stronger in November. You want more of it. You want more of that person whom you associate with, let's just call it for what it is, love, passion, and healing. Started out as 3 cups. One that you just want to pull in really bad, that's all. I don't know why. I don't know why I look forward to their energy. Maybe this is a continuation of your mid-month. Because you associate this person so heavily with a strong bond in healing and sense of I can be me. That's literally you saying I can be me with this person. Magician and Temperance again. You want to pull in more healing, the one that you associate with emotional, positive connectivity. Oh, I know. The frequency is a little off. I can't quite tell. Yeah, see, it's that same one that you say. There's some confusion about. 2 of Pentacles. All bridged. All bridged. Temperance, Magician, Lovers, etc., etc., etc. It's all bridging back to the same person. Yeah, you keep engaging with their energy, you'll become less confused in time. Okay? Now, question is the world. You've been working your energy up towards something. Endings within yourself, the things you want to change within you. You're telling me I want to open up to change. That means modifying myself. Okay. That means there's some parts of me I have to let go of because they're not my identity. It's just what I've adopted. I see that roughly over here. I don't have to fear change. I can welcome change. I can be a different person. Not really a different person. You're just stepping more into who you're supposed to be. And that means letting things go that no longer match up to your current ID. You know what I mean? Kind of like how you have to update your driver's license when you change address. You know? You need to update your ID. Your energy is changing. Therefore, the world that you are in is changing. The world, you've touched upon it several times. Page of Cups, the Moon. You are going back to that again. You're going back to it again. You're still not done with it. Ending the Moon is you're showing me heavy repeating energies. You're not done with it, and I can't say I'm surprised. That's a lot of work for October. So, of course, I'm going to see it carry over a little bit into November. What you really want, you're still trying to pull it in. Okay? But you're also still trying to end your moon energy. You are still trying to put that to rest, and that's a big job. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay? There's a lot of stuff in your moon that you're having to address. About emotional detachment. From what? From what? What you associate with exhaustion. So you are still giving your energy to something that exhausts you. You haven't completely ended that or cycled it out. There's something that you, Leo, still give your energy to. And it was over here in the Nine of Wands that you associate with a Tower moment about how exhausted you are because you either have been resisting change for so long or because you realize fundamentally the situation you are in will never change. Take your pick. Could be a combination of the two. And here's the trick, and here's why I'm proud of you. You're showing me stronger, more specificity. Try saying that 3 times fast. I know I can't. About why you've been holding on. You're showing me stronger specificity about having to walk away from that which exhausts you, that you have still given your energy to, but you're coming to terms with it. You want it to be over, the world with the moon, these secrets that you've been hiding from yourself, and these are secrets you've been keeping to yourself for a long time, I warned. The fight that has delayed you or kept you from your true feeling of self. This is not who you are. And you yourself say, I might have gotten used to this, but this is not who I am. And I can make change, I can. You have been opening yourself up to it more and more, and that requires you to dive deeper and deeper. There is still something here, yes, you give your energy to. But one of the things you have really started to come to terms with is how much you don't want it anymore. It is not this person or situation whom you identify as feeding your energy positively. I did see the Two of Pentacles twice for that person. We'll see why. It might be that this has been ongoing some time with them, possibly upwards to 2 years. I don't know. That would also explain why I can't quite peg down your frequency with this person. But I just know that you always look forward to it and you want more of it. And that feeling has grown with you over time. So yes, indeed. This is a lover's story, I'm sure. So good job. That's a hard thing to come to terms with. You are more aggressively saying, I want this moon shit to stop. And whatever that Nine of Wands is to you, you're telling me I don't want it anymore. And that's something that's been a secret to you for a long time. Something you have to realize and be honest about. That big love energy I have and how it gets expressed, that's an energy contradiction. It's like you or the person you were tied to, or I don't know. The love comes out contorted and in passion, the wrong kind of passion, negativity, arguments, contrarian energy. They're pissy one day, they're calm the next, something like that. Begrudging, I want my way. And there's someone else who makes you feel fluid, that makes you stand up in your own energy, strongly, correctly. And they even make you feel vulnerable. They light you up. But yeah, they make you feel vulnerable, and that's been hard for you. That's been very hard for you to be vulnerable. It's really hard for the King of Cups to be the King of Cups with that much aggression. Some of you have forgotten what it's like to speak in words of love instead of frustration, anger, and general negativity, sarcasm, backbiting, backlashing. Can't seem to do anything without pissing the other person off. You want to have a full heart. You want it to be vulnerable. And there's someone here whom you connect with that makes you remember that. And when you do, you feel stronger, and the connection is in fact quite strong. You want more of it, not less. That has carried over. But then so too has the Two of Pentacles. I'm going to set that aside so I can remember to clarify that. Ace of Wands, please. No, not that. Ace of Wands. Some of the Ace of Wands, please, for Leo. Ace of Wands, please, for Leo. Queen of Swords, determination. You say you opened with that strong mind, too. What else, please? tried to pop out. The High Priestess, trying to follow your intuition as well as your mind. Yes, I agree. It's ideally both. But if you're new to my channel, I prefer it when they fully flip or hit the table. That is my preference. King of Pentacles, so it is. Based on your wisdom and sense of determination, you have now made a conclusion for yourself. It's quite strong. It is quite strong. And you are speaking from a space of, I know myself now. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to have to develop into those. Those are both you. I don't know how or why I know that. I just know it is. You are showing me both Queen of Swords as well as King of Pentacles. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I feel like you're embodying both of those features. I'm seeing you both of those particular heads of state. They are both coming through your master symbol as the Ace of Wands. You have determination here to do what is right for you based on experience, good investment, but also marked with new beginning. You seem to want to head in that direction. You have told me repeatedly, Christina, I'm tired of keeping secrets from myself. I'm tired of fighting with whatever my situation is. Perhaps the fight is internal. I believe it's both external and internal, whatever that is to you. You have become increasingly exhausted with it. Increasingly disenfranchised with it. Just increasingly disillusioned by it or delusioned by it. You're over it. And while it's easy for me to say, it took you years to unravel. You are over it. Whatever that is. So this was not an overnight thing. You attacked the moon twice. And each time you upped the stakes. Each time you dug in there a little deeper. Okay? And each time you come out of the moon, or whatever recent battle there is here with yourself about who it is you really are, and what you've been dealing with, how you've been dealing with it, how you've been treated like a busy little bee or a busy little ant, in contrary to your lion nature, where you are singled out as the one, okay? The head of state, leader of the pack, the pride, right? And that's where you want to be. But that's not where you've been. Where you've been is microscopic. And it's been difficult and tedious. I need to keep going. But every time you show me positivity and healing, you associate it with a love energy that is powerfully connected to you. And one that makes you feel in a way that you haven't in years, and that is simply vulnerable. You have found it hard to be you, with whatever this is. You have found it very hard to be you. You don't get recognized the way you should be. Your energy just gets shoved around and lost in somebody else's bullshit, which I must agree you do contribute to, or you had. It's one of the things that doesn't fit you. You got lost in that. So, with the background of the Hierophant and the Spirit of the Fool, Page of Swords, Ten of Swords, you're telling me in the dead center of your reading, I can change. This is not who I am. I can change, Christina. I can. It's just taken me a while. And so it is. I give you full marks for going into your moon not once but twice. Powerfully so. Digging crap out every time you go in. Looking at shit the hard way. Feeling things the hard way. And when I say you're kicking your own ass, that's no joke. You are. Because you're fighting for yourself. In all of this, you are fighting for yourself. That's all this comes down to. Because you're tired of fighting for something that's not you. So now you're fighting for who you really are. And there is someone here you gravitate towards easily, succinctly, fluidly, You literally look forward to it and you also manifest them. You're showing me, however, this person, once but twice, you say you have confused feelings for. So for some of you, you've been doing this kind of dance with this person's energy for upwards to 2 years, possibly 4. Okay? That's not an accusation. It's cards. That's what I'm reading. But it's not for all of you. I just know you like it, you love it, you want more of it, and you don't associate that person at all with the difficulty. In fact, they make you feel like you. That's kind of like why you're evoking so much energy devoted to healing and understanding your shit. So that way, when you do pull that Ace of Wands, there is no doubt in your mind where you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to invest, and you can stick by it and stick to it with absolute assurity. The King of Pentacles does not get confused about investments, and the Queen of Swords is not confused about her decision making. They both have agreed, and that's why I do feel that both of these are you. You're going for the Ace of Wands. Whoever it is, or whomever it is you are trying to be, the person, the Leo that's actually correct, is breaking through. The light bulb goes off. I often see the Ace of Wands as a light bulb. Why the Two of Pentacles, please, for this surrounding energy that is so strong? Show me this. The person that makes you feel vulnerable, but also yourself, passionate, determined, fiery. You manifest them. You find their energy to be healing and restorative. They help you make sense of your thoughts. You feel a strong pull to their energy. However, the meeting is infrequent, and that's one of the reasons why you manifest so strongly this person's energy, because it's very infrequent. You want more of it. All I know is that you want to turn up that frequency and you don't feel that you can. I believe. Show me this Two of Pentacles, please, twice. Ace of Pentacles. How do I make the offer? 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 And how so? Define that. Seven of Swords. Why do you doubt that? A little bit of doubt. But again, let me know if you're done with Scorpio. I keep seeing their energy a lot. Okay. I got you. There's a plan in there. There's a plan in there, and it's on your mind a lot when it comes to this person. They are part of your development. I would dare say this person's energy is clearly marked as potential for your foundation, or they're already part of it in some way. It just hasn't been brought into full time. Okay? There is something here about the infrequency of the real world exchange, despite how heavily you two are connected. You want to increase the frequency. I see it. It's been on your mind more than once. I'd like to see them more often. I'd like to connect with them more often, because every time I do, my energy feels right. For God knows how long it's been feeling wrong. Right? Yeah, it's a love bond, I know. It is. So when you think about making it bigger, the Ace of Pentacles, increasing the real world application, increasing the frequency, that's when your doubts kick in. And you don't want any doubts there. Death is Seven of Swords. I don't want any doubts. I want to know what I'm doing. Right? It's kind of like, before I can justify putting more time into this, and which you do. You've told me that multiple times. But you're telling me I don't want any doubts in my mind, Death to Seven of Swords, about making that offer or increasing the connection or the strength of it. I want them there. Let's make no mistake about that. You're not willing. You want this person. But you also want them more than just on the energetic field of existence or plane of existence. You want them in your 3D. And it's something about the importance of the offer, which you want to be substantial, but you also need it to be correct. Something like that. You don't want any doubts in your mind. And right now there's too much doubt in your mind about increasing said offer. Why? Because we are still, and here, I'll tell you why, honey. Look at how much fucking work you have to do. So that's why. So before you can really claim what you feel is yours, you have to know it's yours. That's the thing about claiming. Everybody, people who have unrealistic expectations about tarot, they're used to fast food tarot, as I call it. They really think, oh, if I just know that I'll be promised new, I'll be inspired to be new, and then everything will just fall into place for me. Oh. This Leo says, I'm fighting for myself. I'm fighting for my future. I'm doing my best to understand what has held me back and what I have participated in, what I have allowed to myself to accept and why. I want to get back to this. I know we're running long. I don't give a shit. My channel, it's my time. And it's up to you to watch. So if you hate long videos, that's on you if you've been watching it up till this point. I think it's weird that people bitch to me about that. The reading was 80 minutes and I watched the whole thing. That sounds like that's a you problem. You saw how long it was. Again, unrealistic expectations about real world shit. I just don't understand that, Leo. I don't get it. It doesn't compute in my brain. You want the real shit? It takes real time. If you have Earth in your chart, you know this. Okay. I actually don't have Earth in my chart, I know, but I've been doing this for a long time, so I know what's up. Okay. But yes, so I get this. I understand this. I appreciate it. I understand where it's coming from. Yes, there's some confusion here about real-world application. Two of Pentacles is twice for you. You would like to increase the frequency. Let's make that clear. With this person who you strongly associate with positivity and personal growth. Okay, you do, but the thing is, it's like I don't want to extend more of an offer until I have all the doubts eradicated from my mind. I get that. I do. So you want to really get in there with that moon energy, and you have to get into that space of I can make changes. I can be open to change, and I can be willing to admit to myself that I've gotten myself into shit that may have started out with best interests, but it ended up to be an absolute hell. And that's something you have to deal with. And why you allowed yourself to do that. And that's why I see a Leo who keeps pointing their energy back inward to the moon. What is really going on with me? What do I understand options to love and look like, and why did I not take them seriously? Why did I reject them? Why did I not go for them when I had the chance, etc.? Then you go back to the moon a second time, and this time it gets a little more real. It says, how come I have not allowed myself to walk away from this Nine of Wands shit? What does that say about me? What does that say about me? That I have been rejecting my own heart space and my own good sense of feeling, and for what? Just so I can be caught up in this microscopic angry bullshit where I'm pretty much unhappy every day, and for whatever else might be in that situation. I don't know. I feel like there's a murky sort of something back here, in here with you, that causes all this anxiety, that causes, because it's, when I reflect it against this potential energy, it's like, again, you have such a sharp comparison, and you're like, what does that say about me? What does that say about me? That I desire this so much, and yet I'm in so much conflict about where I am and how I got here. Something like that. Speaking of which, let's get over here. I want to see this Ace of Swords. I want to know. You had some serious perspective about relationships and or commitment right here on your recent travel. Show me this. Oh, I'm being nosy today, honey. Don't ever get a Scorpio interested. If you want your business to stay your business, don't make me raise my eyebrow. So I got to start doing what I got to do. I got to start digging, because now I got to know. I got to know. I'm invested at this point. I have to know. Sorry. So, show me the Ace of Swords. What did you learn? What did you learn here in September? Or again, I have to insist, you came back in August. And you're saying you came back sometime in August. This is, for some of you, this is transfer back in, not outward. It's coming back. And it's weighing on you heavily in September, now that you've digested whatever that is. Some of the Ace of Swords, please. What did we perceive about commitments and relationships? What did we perceive about commitments and relationships? What is all that heavy work there? Show me that. It hits you. It hits you so hard how exhausted you are. And how you're tired, you can't feel vulnerable. You're so tired that you can't just express your love the way you want. You're just so fucking tired of feeling like your feelings have to be bottled up all the time. That's all that is. And also, why do you block it? Why do you block the good love and participate in the bad form of expression? Why? Show me this Ace of Swords to the Four of Wands, Ace of Swords to the Four of Wands, Ace of Swords to the Four of Wands. Show me that. What did we learn? Nine of Swords, no shit. It stressed you out. Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords. I'm sorry. Seven of Cups, that which was under your moon energy. What did you see? The Seven of Cups is under your moon over here that you're starting to attack, and you say you can't handle this, you can't deal with the secrets from yourself anymore. Nine of Swords. It stresses you out to the points of anxiety through observation about relationships and commitment. Your real feelings about a relationship and or commitment. It's one of your Seven of Cups. One of the ones you didn't want to deal with. Well, there are many cups within the Seven of Cups. That's the whole point of the Seven of Cups. It's not just the person who weighs in positively, it's also the person who weighs in negatively. They are an option. The ones that are good for us. The ones that are not. The ones that are not good for us are the ones that we are in or feel trapped by. They show up in our Seven of Cups too. You think it was all the good stuff? It's options in love. And in case you didn't know this by now, and it seems like you do know this, and you're learning it the hard way, some of the options in love are not so good. Something about this you were learning on your travels, something that you observed. That King of Cups energy here. Two of Swords. Confusion about your feelings. Why does it stress you out? That person who is on your mind. The love you know and the love you have not known, and what is naturally speaking to you. Good God, you had a lot of shit on your mind. There's so much weighing up on your heart. The love you had, the love you want. Tying it back to commitment, relationships. So you got a taste of it back here. And at some point your mind gets quite sick of it. And you don't want any more secrets from yourself. God, I wish I could bring that into focus. Your mind was so busy on the road or traveling or wherever it is you were coming from. But you needed it. Ace of Wands. Contemplating strong connectivity. Contemplating the Ace of Wands. Contemplating the lovers. Contemplating your son, your happiness, your heart space. The stress of it all, the meaning of it all, the confusion of it all. Your commitment, what does it look like versus what you're desiring, or your relationships of the past and what it is that you're desiring, so forth, and putting the pieces together. Honey, like I said, you've been processing a lot. Good God. Just please note, in November, or by November, possibly, again, timelines being what they are in tarot, all that confusion, all the things that have been weighing on your mind will be weighed up and just, you have to trust that. You will continue to connect whoever this is you associate with such strong positive energy. However, I don't see you increasing the frequency or the offer until you know or feel that you know what you're doing. That seems to be a big point with you. You want to be sure. You don't want any more confusion. Especially if some of you are coming from a place of separations and disappointments, and where's that coming from and why? So yes, those powers of observation, you'll be weighing on that heavily now in September. That's a lot, and I think that's more than enough to be working with. We'll check up back on you in November when we do December, January, February. I don't know that I'll necessarily see a continuation. I just know that I feel good about the work you have to do and the progress that you will have made. Of course, there's no guarantee. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. I just know that the one that you connect with is right for you. And you know that too. That's why you keep trying to pull them in. You want to increase the frequency, but not until you... And then solid, just in the more sense of solidity. Ace of Pentacles. You want to make it more solid. But not until you have completely done away with the doubts in your mind. Something like that. Until I know what I'm doing. Yes, I want more of this connection. Yes, it brings out the best in me. But I need to know absolutely that my filters and my layers and that which needs to change has in fact changed. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay. New love. It's not really new, is it? But a new person has stirred your feelings. I'm just saying that more as your new or potential new pathway, which I've seen for you a couple times. You've also been contemplating it several times. But yes, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Faith that you can grow into yourself and the person that you need to be. And that's a hard thing to trust, especially if we're having to do this much work on ourselves. And to know that we're doing it correctly and constantly gravitating towards this is correct, this is not correct, this is correct. And you have to trust yourself in that process, and that's no easy thing. Everybody thinks they trust themselves until they're actually given what they think they want. And then come to find out, we don't trust ourselves half as much as we think we do. So yes, I agree with you. I don't want you giving yourself, by all means manifest this person's energy. It looks beautiful and it looks beneficial to you. It really does. It's gorgeous. And I can see why you want it, and I can see why you want to pull it in, but also you don't want to give more of yourself to it until you say you know what you're doing. And I have to agree with you, but you also have to trust that that's correct, right? Getting to know each other. Yes, exactly. Continue to get to know each other. Absolutely. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, as we've seen, okay? So granted, the points of connectivity may not be frequent, but you need to continue. I told you, mid-month. I said that with your mid-month, didn't I? It's going to unfold over time. Continue to connect and trust the process. If you really want it, the other aspects will fall into place, okay? If you really want it, the other aspects will fall into place. Unrequited love. Aha. Romantic feelings. I can read this a couple of ways. Unrequited love and romantic feelings. Unrequited love within you. Okay? And the love that you have been experiencing versus now what you are learning the hard way. What it is that you really want. There's someone here who evokes that. You have, I told you, a lovely space in you that wants to be vulnerable, but feels that it cannot. Your energy is constantly uptight and feels like it's pushed against, defeated, underappreciated, treated aggressively when it should be loving, right? We don't, our King of Cups doesn't want to be touched with or interacted like that. It's really hard to feel vulnerable when you feel like you're being attacked or constantly defensive. Or your person, or whoever that is, that's causing so much fuss around you. Anyway, so that could be unrequited love within you. The romantic feelings you cannot get in touch with because you're in a environment or in an environment or connection that doesn't support romantic feelings. You get me? Or that unrequited is this person whom we would love to have a stronger connection with, and so you do. You have to trust the process in getting to know each other. And the more that bond deepens, the more it's going to come out into reality. You're going to want to give more to it, okay, than just manifesting it. Okay, and seeing each other infrequently. At some point, you're going to want to increase that if you allow it. And I do believe you want to. And that could be this unrequited romantic feelings. You have not been fully able to appreciate this connection. But I honestly, honey, unrequited love and romantic feelings, that's right over here in my book. What you want to feel and what you're actually allowed to. Okay. I think that's enough for now. E. The seahorse, Pisces. Snowflake, time of winter, and then also again Scorpio energy. Well, that fell into an unspeakable place, didn't it? Well, thank you, Spirit. Yes, I am prosperous. I appreciate you. Sorry. I'm a bit cheeky. I can't help it. It's part of my personality. So, frog with its coin in its mouth. Yes, highly prosperous. Or, you know, you could be. In terms of monetary value. Or looking for prosperity in terms of your energy and your material world to thrive in the way that you want it to. Camel, yeah, I could see that. If you were constantly in that position of feeling like your feelings are not wanted or shared or reciprocated, or easily, like you're always on the defense and you expect the worst to come out of somebody else's mouth and it always puts you on edge, yeah, you're going to be a little reserved with your feelings. Also, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, SF. The rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, always busy, treated like a busy bee instead of a lion, you know? It's like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like your energy doesn't feel like it's unique or special over here, but yet when you connect with somebody, it does. It does. And of course, the Lovers being what it is, or the Six of Cups, it's always going to be a unique connection. You want more of it because they make you feel like you. J, L, the four-leaf clover, luck of the Irish, of course. Big heart, yes you do. And, oh yeah, the great white shark. Again, more of that Scorpio energy. That's enough. Leo. Ay. All right, put in the comments as you see fit. God, you just want to... It's more than just being in love, Leo. It's more than just having romantic feelings. It's more than that. I hope you see that. If it was, you wouldn't be desiring this so bad and wanting more of it. Obviously, it's more than just romantic feelings. No, it's the naturalness of your heart space and how it's allowed to express itself now versus where it could. But it does require you a willingness to change in order to get out of the environment that does not seem to support your heart. And you're having to understand a lot the hard way, going into the moon not once but twice. Coming to terms with that and letting it go before you can do what is right for you. I'd still say good job. This is taking a hell of a lot of work, and I respect a hell of a lot of work. It's one of my founding principles. Anything worth doing is worth doing right? These things take time. Self-improvement is no different. Understanding hard truths about yourself is no different. And if you didn't have to earn it, would you want it? That's what fast food is. You can pick it up and throw it away, and it has no consequence. That's why I don't do fast food tarot, and you shouldn't accept that for your love either. By that I mean continuing to accept that which does not support you. Not in a way that's loving. Jesus Christ. You have the softness and the vulnerability and the love in you, but I'll be damned if it's allowed to express itself. Jesus. Like, I know how I come across, but that's for show. Like, how the public sees it and who I am in real life are two different people. You know, you shouldn't have to be like this every day, all day. So if you got somebody in your life that does this for you, 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 does that for you, that's how their energy is marked multiple times. It seems to me conclusions are within reach. Hopefully you'll get there. Because this is unacceptable. And that's something you're learning. That's enough, baby. I'll check on you in a couple weeks. You got a hell of a fall. You also have bright spots too, but you know that. Okay? Continue to connect with this person. They're good for you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.